So what's going on, guys? My name is Mr. Dalek JD, and today I have a pretty interesting video to talk to you about, and as you can tell from the title, this involves not only talking about Call of Duty 2019, but also about next-gen platforms. Now, when I say that, that's of course referencing to the next generation of consoles after the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. We all know that the next generation of consoles to overtake and be the new consoles of the generation after the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One X are slowly on the horizon, but we don't know exactly when. But this gives us a nice little nugget of information on when exactly it is and what we can expect from next year's COD, even though Black Ops 4 is not even out yet. Very exciting stuff to be talking about. Now, if you guys want to stay up to date with the latest info, make sure you subscribe with notifications turned on, and if you do enjoy this video at any point, definitely consider leaving a like, and also I'd love to know your thoughts down below on all of this in the comments. Do you want next year's COD to be Modern Warfare 4, or would you want it to be a new entry in the Call of Duty series that we've not seen before? But anyway, jumping straight into it, Charlie Intel posted an article yesterday about how there's a new job listing going at Infinity Ward, which suggests that next year's Call of Duty will have a campaign mode. Shock horror. I don't think this is really any big news to anyone. When I first heard about this, I didn't really think it was worth making a video on, but there was some interesting detail within the job listing itself, which I think deserves a little bit of a explanation on, and it's this: come work with the game industry's brightest on a new exciting unannounced title for multiple next gen platforms. Now, this is a huge deal because, as we know, Black Ops 4 is releasing in a few months time. It's available on current gen systems only. We're not dealing with Xbox 360 or PlayStation 3 anymore. Those have been long gone since Black Ops 3. But if the next Call of Duty game after Black Ops 4 comes out next year in 2019, that means that the next-gen platforms must be almost ready by then. And if I was to guess, I would assume that PlayStation 5 and the next Xbox would come out in probably 2020, and we could maybe expect there to be an announcement of these consoles next year. There have been previous rumors that have pointed to the next-gen Xbox launching in 2020, but 2019 would seem early for a next-gen game. But that doesn't mean that the game has to come out before the consoles, and that whenever the consoles come out, that Call of Duty game coming out from Infinity Ward can be ready to be shipped on day one. Same thing happened with Call of Duty Ghosts back in 2013. The game launched on PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, and then subsequently when the consoles released a few weeks, maybe a month or so later, the games were obviously available on next gen as well. Back then, Activision had a program where you could actually upgrade your game to the next gen upgrade for as little as $9.99. So if you bought the game on 360 and you're buying an Xbox One, you could simply pay $9.99 and you'll have the game on next gen available for you on Xbox One, and same for PlayStation 3. If you bought it on there, you can upgrade it onto PlayStation 4. Within the job listing as well, it says that in this hands-on role, you'll collaborate with scripters, sound designers, writers, and directors to implement voice-over performances in-game across a wide variety of player experiences, from combat to set pieces. And in addition, one of the roles of the job is to have a strong desire to bring life to game characters through naturalistic and cinematic implementation of vocal performance. Basically, a lot of narrative being put in and scripted for there to be a campaign. Now, many Call of Duty fans, I'm sure all of you, have all been wondering about the state of campaigns in future Call of Duty games, as of course Black Ops 4 doesn't have one this year. And Treyarch have gone out and said that whilst this game is going to be the first in their series which doesn't have a campaign, doesn't mean to say going forwards that they aren't going to do any more campaigns in the near future. They said it was their own design decision to do so and focus more on other aspects of the game versus the traditional narrative story. But as we know, Infinity Ward have been known for delivering on stories. Pretty much all of the Modern Warfare games had amazing campaigns, and you can say whatever you want opinion-wise about Infinite Warfare, but it had arguably one of the best Call of Duty campaigns we've had in recent memory in terms of storytelling. It was just amazing, and these in-game cutscenes as well, it just overall told a really gripping Call of Duty campaign story, and I'm sure a lot of you guys that played it will also agree here. Going back to the next-gen topic, E3 this year saw the reveal of what are probably the first 3 next-gen games, that being Starfield, Elder Scrolls 6, and Halo Infinite. Of course, we just saw, if anything, announced teaser trailers rather than actually seeing any physical gameplay or anything. They didn't announce what sort of platforms those games are going to be on, and for games as big, especially when it comes to Elder Scrolls 6, it would benefit from being on a newer next-gen platform a lot than it would do on the current ones. I feel like there's not really a lot more that these consoles can do at this point to match PC. You know, the Xbox One X can do real true 4K, HDR, it's amazing. PlayStation 4 Pro can still almost do all of that on all the games, but not quite. So if anything, these next-gen consoles are simply just going to have better graphics cards to be able to do 4K without any compromises, more RAM, more memory, and just a faster CPU. Like, at this rate, what else can these consoles do? They're almost matching PCs, so it'll be crazy to see in a few years' time that these will be bona fide PCs in a console form. I think the crazy thing as well is just to sit back and believe that the next gen of consoles is already just around the corner in just under 2 years or so. We had PlayStation 3, which was a 7-year-long life cycle from 2006 to 2013, and PlayStation 4 and Xbox One technically have had the same life cycle as they released in 2013, and if this is the case, we might see the next-gen consoles in 2020, so they've also had a 7-year lifespan. It's crazy to think these consoles have been out for that long. It's crazy. Now, with regards to either Sony or Microsoft talking about when the next generation of consoles are releasing, they're both keeping very quiet when it comes to specific plans, especially when it comes to Sony, but we know that a PlayStation 5 release date will one day exist thanks to Sony's president and CEO Sean Layden, who confirmed it as much in an interview. We just don't know when the day will come. Most gaming analysts predicting that the PlayStation 5 could be out as soon as 2018, but the most likely outcome is going to be in 2020, which lines up perfectly with a next-gen release of next year's Call of Duty game. It could be Modern Warfare 4, it could be a brand new title. Now, a lot of us believe that next year's game will be Modern Warfare 4, and whilst we don't have any actual physical proof that it is Modern Warfare 4, I'm more leaning towards it being Modern Warfare 4 than it being anything else, just because Infinity Ward have had 2 games now where they've tried to make it into a gaming series, Ghost and Infinite Warfare, and they've both flopped, and it wouldn't be in the best interest for them to continue to try and revive a flopped franchise, rather just go with what they know. And earlier this year, the Activision's now former CEO Eric Hirschberg stated that the upcoming 3-year Call of Duty slate is the best in franchise history. He said that's really saying something given this franchise's history. He says that there's many gaming universes that players love, and they have it on tap. He said this during the time when World War II got announced. So the best 3-year slate in Call of Duty history, we went back to the roots with World War II. We're now going back to what we love with the Black Ops franchise of Black Ops 4. And so if Infinity Ward also have a great Call of Duty lined up, then it just has to be Modern Warfare 4. It's just a no-brainer. If Activision do Modern Warfare 4, it would literally make every single person that ever jumped off the Call of Duty ship back on it, because it's a brand new Modern Warfare game. And the only other bit of evidence we have is a voice actor called Craig Fairbrass, who has been in every Call of Duty Modern Warfare game so far. And in his Twitter bio a few months ago, he did have it listed that he was in Modern Warfare 1, 2, 3, and 4. He subsequently changed his bio hours later after people noticed it, and it could have been a potential mess up, or it could have just been a weird thing that he put in his bio thinking there was a 4th game which he worked on, but there wasn't. He kind of classed that 4th game to be Infinite Warfare in replies, but, you know, you wouldn't class Infinite Warfare as Modern Warfare 4 now, would you? But I'm going to leave it here, guys. Let me know down below in the comments section, do you feel that the next-gen consoles are, you know, around the corner? Are you ready for a next-gen console, or are you still very happy with your PlayStation 4 or your Xbox One? And would you like to see Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4 next year from Infinity Ward? And what could that mean in terms of zombies? Would they still have zombies if there was a new Modern Warfare game, or would they go with something like Extinction perhaps? Because it seemed like as much as Infinite Warfare Zombies was a zombies mode, it really was just subtly teasing throughout all of it that the Extinction alien cryptids were going to be making a return, and that deep down the love and passion for that still has never really burnt out. Even games I'm seeing coming out nowadays, like one which looks like a Left 4 Dead mixed with Extinction called Earthfall, out on Xbox One very soon, looks like a next-gen Extinction mode. It's crazy, and shows that that sort of idea of co-op mode with aliens civilians is still extremely popular. I mean, Infinity Ward done it before Evolve did, and look how quickly Evolve died out. But Extinction, I feel, still has that cult following, which could easily still be successful and a really fun mode, and a bit of a change from the zombies fatigue that we seem to be experiencing these days with zombies every single year. That could mix things up. But let me know what you think down below. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time.